NBC26 News at 10 coming on the air, and a Christmas bonus. The local company that decided to buy guns for its employees. Then, Kimberly-Clark and the Capitol. We're at the hearing today over incentives to keep a local plant open. Then, the latest on Jamie Claus. As of tomorrow, the Wisconsin teen will have been missing for a month. And good evening on this Wednesday. I'm John Erickson. Thank you for watching NBC26. A Christmas bonus at a local company comes in the form of free guns. Here's NBC26's Jennifer Naza.
Some employees receive Christmas bonuses in the form of cash and some in the form of a ham. But at Benshot, a small manufacturing company in Hortonville, workers are being offered guns instead.
We want something for personal safety. That was the biggest motivator, but also we want something that's fun and exciting for the employees to have.
Benshot designs and makes glassware with bullets embedded into the side and says their product shows it's no secret that they fully support the Second Amendment. Employees tell us that's why they're not surprised by the bonus offer. Benshot co-owner Ben Wolfgrim says he wanted to give his workers a gun of their choice and most opted for handguns.
The first thing I told our owner when I got my gun was, thank you for empowering me not to be a victim. And I know for me personally, obviously being a young female and I'm pretty small.
The business has 16 full-time employees, but some have never even fired a gun before. The company held a gun safety training course to make them feel more comfortable. Afterwards, workers went to a local store and picked out a gun of their choice, and the store ran background checks. However, not all the employees took them up on the offer. 2 declined.
I just feel I can't see myself owning a gun and actually firing a gun, really. I guess I'm not real comfortable with it either.
I think it's great they gave us the option of either purchasing a gun or not, and they never hold grudges about it. They just left us make our own decision.
Instead of a gun, the 2 received Visa gift cards. Reporting in Hortonville, Jennifer Naza, NBC26.
We turn to continuing coverage now on the search for Jamie Claus and the FBI expanding the area where it's collecting surveillance video in the case. The family of the missing 13-year-old remains hopeful that Jamie is alive. Her mother and father were found shot and killed in their home. Tomorrow, it will have been a month since. And tonight, for the first time, we're hearing from the brother and sister of that father who was killed.
The passage of time has made it a little easier to talk about.
Whoever did this cannot get away with it. They can't.
Jeff Claus and Kelly Engelhardt lost their oldest brother, Jim, 1 month ago. Jim and his wife, Denise Claus, were found shot and killed, and their daughter, Jamie, disappeared from their home near Barron.
We're trying to grieve our brother and sister-in-law. But when you grieve, then you feel guilty because you're grieving, because you still have a niece that we want to come home.
The siblings say Jim was hardworking, a Packers and Badgers fan who loved recounting his own Ladysmith High School glory days at family gatherings. Then there was Denise, a sweetheart, and Jamie. At first, Jeff and Kelly thought maybe Jim had gotten himself in trouble with something. But that didn't answer. If someone wanted to kill Jim, why would they also kill Denise? And then what happened to Jamie?
That's why our gut feeling is that they wanted Jamie.
But if that was the motive, why kill 2 people in the middle of the night? So the mystery persists, and Jeff and Kelly say one of the hardest things is seeing those questions online.
Jamie does not have that personality. Plus, I know she had nothing to do with it. She's a person that was taken. She wasn't, this isn't willing, this isn't something she's a part of. Not that we know this, but we know this because we know her.
And they also know that dealing with their brother and sister-in-law's deaths can only be made easier if Jamie comes home alive.
It's shocking. It's devastating. So, but we'll have hope and we'll get through it, and hopefully she comes home and everybody will be good. So that's all we can do.
And turning the page here in developing news, nearly 500 jobs still on the line as state leaders discuss the Kimberly-Clark incentive package. If that package passes, it could keep the Cold Springs plant open in Fox Crossing. NBC26's Juliana Falk at the state capitol today, where that incentive plan was the topic.
Lawmakers on both sides gathered to discuss the bill.
Kimberly-Clark is that anchor business within an anchor industry.
So my big question is, why the heck were they leaving our state in the first place? Because they had everything going for them.
The Kimberly-Clark $100 million incentive package passed the state assembly earlier this year, but is still stalled in the Senate. Supporters say this incentive could bring up to $500 million of investment in the facility over the next 15 years.
We would be setting up this location to be the premier manufacturing distribution for the foreseeable future.
Senator Roger Roth was hopeful after the elections there would be bipartisan support, but a week later they still don't have the votes.
It's the workers who are going to take a hit here. Either way, whether the company stays or leaves, it's going to be these working families that are going to get a significant wage decrease.
And while some were definitely in favor, others not so much, there were also some down the middle, unsure whether or not passing this bill would be best for Wisconsin and its workers.
It's a lot of emotions, both on the side of the legislature and on the side of those individuals who may possibly be losing their jobs.
She says this is a very difficult decision, but one that must be made. Reports say if they get enough support from both Democrats and Republicans, the Senate will meet later this month to vote. In Madison, keeping you connected, Juliana Falk, NBC26.
Now an update from California, where more than 50 people have died in the deadliest wildfires in that state's history. Around California, 3 major wildfires are burning. 9,000 buildings, most of them homes, have been lost. Crews working around the clock for 6 days straight now. And NBC26 reporter Ryan Curry, who is from California, has family in the area of the Paradise Fire. Ryan's live with the story of a relative who helped an evacuated family. Ryan?
Good evening, John. Ever since these fires broke out back in my home state, I have been constantly checking in on my family who tell me they are safe. However, they say many people are still without shelter. And I spoke with my father's cousin, Sue Slater, who opened her doors to a family who had nowhere else to go. It's one of the worst fires to ever hit the Golden State. The Camp Fire, burning 90 miles away from the state capital, has already taken the lives of dozens. But not the life of Cheryl McAllister, whose family was forced to evacuate on short notice.
I woke up that morning and I saw the smoke, and I got a phone call about a half an hour later, a code red on my landline saying you need to evacuate now.
She loaded up everything she could and went to a nearby church. She connected with someone who told her a friend had a trailer that the McAllister family could stay in until they've been told it's safe to return home.
I'm just very grateful to be able to help.
The trailer is Slater's. She and McAllister say the smoke is so bad they have to wear breathing masks every time they go outside. And even then, it's still hard to breathe.
And coming back into the smoke, I had this sense, this oppression, this like pressure that was just kind of building and not really wanting to be here at all.
McAllister says her home is currently still standing. As of right now, she doesn't know when she'll be able to return home. All she thinks about now is how grateful she is that Slater gave her shelter while firefighters try to contain one of the worst wildfires in California history.
It's a mixed emotion. You're grateful to be alive and get out safe and have somewhere to go, but you're also devastated for everybody, and we cannot go back to our homes even though they're standing.
And if you would like to help the victims of the California wildfires, you can go to our website, NBC26.com, where you can find some links to donate. Still burning bright and a lot of families still without places to go, John.
So many families have lost so much. We're thinking of your family and everyone else affected by these fires.
Yep, lucky they're safe, but still a lot more work to be done.
Absolutely. All right, Ryan, thanks so much. Still ahead here tonight, your generosity in the spotlight. How your donations will help hundreds of families enjoy a hearty Thanksgiving meal. It's our NBC26 Cares Report. And next, Cameron's here, and so is the winter-like weather, the cold moving in. So is it here to stay for good? Your Storm Shield forecast next.
And now, your Storm Shield forecast with NBC26 Chief Meteorologist Cameron Moreland.
It was a frigid morning across parts of Wisconsin, many spots dropping below zero. In our neck of the woods, we had 0 in Antigo, 5 above in Crivets, and Appleton hit 9. But with lots of sunshine today and a southerly wind, We warmed up pretty nicely, at least compared to yesterday, with most spots getting up into the lower and mid 30s, and the warm-up continues into tomorrow. Here's a look at your 7-day temperature trend. We're going to see highs mainly in the upper 30s to lower 40s tomorrow and Friday, before some colder weather makes its way back into northeast Wisconsin for this upcoming weekend. Right now, temperatures range from the lower teens in Mountain to the lower 30s in Kewaunee. Everybody else is sitting in the 20s, and what you see is what you get. Temperatures are going to pretty much hold steady here for the rest of tonight. We had a mixture of sun and clouds during the morning, and then 100% possible sunshine as we moved into the evening hours. We still have clear skies across the area and dry weather, but just to our south, about 300 miles to our south, there is a snowstorm. St. Louis is expecting 4 to 8 inches of snow as we head throughout the night into tomorrow. That storm is going to be moving into New England for tomorrow and Friday. High pressure is protecting us from that storm. It'll give us clear skies tonight and lots of sunshine for most of tomorrow. Our next weather maker is approaching from the north and west. In between the high and the low across Colorado, we have a southwest wind flow, and that means there's a big-time warm-up underway across the central part of the country. Temperatures to our west made it up into the 50s and 60s. Those 50s and 60s are going to stay to our west, but there are some 40s here across Minnesota and Iowa. They're going to try to work in here as we head into tomorrow. Now, high temperatures have been in the 30s or colder for 8 straight days. That is the longest such streak before November 15th in 27 years, and it's going to be a close call for some of us tomorrow, whether it's day number 9 or not. I'm forecasting highs to be mainly in the upper 30s to lower 40s. North and west of the Fox Valley, temperatures will make it up into the lower and mid 40s. Lots of sunshine across the area tomorrow. There could be a few lake effect clouds near the shoreline of Lake Michigan. Then we'll start to see some high clouds work in from that next weather maker. Those clouds will eventually thicken up, and then we could see some patchy light snow or a few snow showers tomorrow night into early Friday. Some minor accumulations are possible, and then we'll see clouds mixing with just a little bit of sunshine as we head into Friday. But what about Saturday? Here's your hunter's forecast. Of course, we're talking about the kickoff to gun deer season here in Wisconsin. Mostly cloudy. It's going to be windy at times with temperatures in the upper 20s to lower 30s. So your forecast for tonight calls for clear, not as cold as last night. Temperatures holding steady, mainly in the lower to mid-20s, but there is that range. Tomorrow, breezy and warmer, upper 30s to lower 40s. My 3-degree guarantee for tomorrow is 40. If I can hit that high within 3 degrees, we will donate $100 to Pillars in Appleton, and we did that today. High forecast 33. The actual high temperature was 31 degrees. As we head into Friday, look for lots of clouds, highs near 40. On Saturday, we have the Green Day Holiday Parade. Once again, windy at times, lots of clouds. Sunshine on Sunday, lower 30s. On Monday, we'll see increasing clouds. On Tuesday, a chance for some light snow early. We have the downtown Appleton Christmas Parade on Tuesday. Temperatures probably in the mid to upper 20s. And then look for a high right around 40 degrees on Wednesday. Real quickly, here's your Go Pack Go forecast for tomorrow evening in Seattle. Kickoff temperatures will be in the lower 50s with some showers. Pretty much what you would expect for Seattle.
Yeah, very Seattle-like weather.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Cameron, thanks so much. Well, when we come back here, your generosity on display. See how many families will be enjoying a very hearty Thanksgiving Day meal thanks to your donations. It's our NBC26 Cares story. Well, the numbers are in tonight from NBC26's Turkey Tuesday food drive. And boy, are they impressive. Stacey Engebretson shows us how many families will enjoy a Thanksgiving meal thanks to your generosity. It's our NBC26 Cares report.
They say teamwork makes the dream work, and that's exactly what happened to make the 3rd annual NBC26 Turkey Tuesday our most successful one yet.
Good morning. We're collecting items for Turkey Tuesday.
Right out of the gate.
We have a ton of turkeys already.
We knew this Turkey Tuesday at Festival Foods in De Pere was special.
Here's veggies and gravy.
Thank you so much.
Donations starting off strong.
It's about giving back to our community.
And everyone needs to chip in and share their wealth with others.
The momentum not stopping. Cindy Miller giving us a big surprise, giving a dozen turkeys to the cause.
There are so many people who need it, and there was a time we needed it, and
people, and we got help.
Elise Dean, like so many we met, just trying to pay it forward.
We've been there many a times when I was young. We struggled.
Kelly Byrold now in a position to give a turkey and all the fixings to help a family in need have a happy Thanksgiving.
I hope that they feel like someone really thought about them and is still thinking about them and praying for them.
After Tuesday's day-long donation blitz, Wednesday was delivery and weigh-in day at Manna for Life. Also a celebration as our donations topped a ton.
Every year I'm blown away by the generosity of the community.
Operations manager Chad Clement says the more than 2,100 pounds of food donated will feed 850 people. Some will make Thanksgiving meals at home. Others will come to Manna for Life for a feast.
We don't want anybody to go without, of course. There's so much in this community. There's so many generous people in this community. It's just really great to see that people are going to have what they need to have a nice Thanksgiving dinner.
And it's all thanks to your support of NBC26's Turkey Tuesday. This year, we more than quadrupled the amount of food we collected during last year's drive. It's truly remarkable, and we are very grateful for your donations. Stacey Engebretson, NBC26.
Thanks again to everyone who donated. And coming up here, the Packers getting ready for a loud game in Seattle, while the Bucs battled at home tonight. Highlights coming up next in sports.
And now, NBC26 Sports with Sports Director Charlie Sakaitis.
Welcome back to the show. CenturyLink Field, where the Packers will play tomorrow against the Seahawks, is loud. Like Guinness World Book of Records loud. That can affect the offense, especially on the line, their communication, but there is a way to mitigate all that noise.
Score points, get first downs. They'll quieten them up. We played there in the NFC Championship game. They were loud when we started, and once we scored some points, had them down, it was quiet. It was like any other pro game.
Once we get there, once that place gets rocking, we'll just have to all get on the same page, know the calls, and roll. We can talk about communication all we want, right? I mean, it's kind of like that old saying, you have a play until you get punched in the face. Well, it's kind of like that. We could talk about it, but then once you get into it, you have to adjust to it.
Now to the Bucs, who entered this evening's game undefeated at home, matched up with the Grizzlies. This a tough task. Second quarter, Giannis in the open court, and that's terrifying for defenders. A 7-footer who can spin and finish. 31-21, Bucs trailing. My new favorite nickname in the league, Brook Lopez, they call him Splash Mountain. But in the waning seconds of this game, down 3, Chris Middleton's shot. It's going to be no good. 116-113. The final. Bucs drop their first home game. It's a big day for many high school athletes across Wisconsin who are putting pen to paper, signing their national letter of intent to play at the college level. For one athlete in particular, she's been anticipating this day since the 8th grade. Oshkosh North's Sydney Supley committed to play softball at Northwestern more than 4 years ago. Today, she finally got to make it official by signing her letter of intent. Supley was joined by fellow softball teammate Libby Naveau, who is heading to Winona State, and baseball player Dylan Krumrie, who is off to Bradley University. Sid leaves a legacy at Oshkosh North that includes the 2-time Wisconsin Gatorade Player of the Year and 3-time Conference Player of the Year. But the most impressive thing she's leaving behind is a new field. Supley raised over $80,000 to build what she calls a field of dreams, a place accessible for everybody in the community and a place she will cherish for years to come.
It will mean everything to me. I remember my dad saying when I started high school, you have 4 years to leave a mark and you get to decide what it is. And this is going to be my mark and this is how I want to write my story.
And Supley is still raising money and hopes to add a scoreboard, a dugout overhangs, and eventually the lights on the field. If you'd like to donate, there's a link with information on the website NBC26.com.
And now she'll be a Wildcat.
She will be.
All right, Charlie, thanks so much. Stay with us here. Final check of your forecast next.
Welcome back. A lot of lakes, ponds, and puddles have been freezing up. I noticed this morning on my way to work that the lower bay near Cat Island and also Duck Creek completely iced over. We'll see more icing tonight at the bus stop. Look for mid-20s, upper 30s. At the final bell, it will be a little breezy. Here's your forecast for the Green Bay Holiday Parade Saturday morning in downtown Green Bay at 10 a.m. It's going to be cold, John.
Bring a coat.
Blankets and hot cocoa.
I'll have several coats on, actually.
There you go. Cameron, thanks so much. Thank you for watching.